Dragon Riders, Kaze no Kaeru, by Night Dragon 0. Nala's perspective. Sis? Sis, please wake up! I became aware of something licking my face. Groaning, I opened my eyes and found myself staring at a brown-eyed reptilian-like face. I felt its breath against my neck and caught sight of its fangs. I started screaming. The creature wrapped its wing around my mouth. I'd appreciate it if you didn't do that, sis. I have awfully sensitive ears, you know? I struggled for a while more, until I managed to get it into my head that the monster was actually talking to me. I looked it over closely and realized I'd seen a picture of it somewhere before. An Aerodactyl. This one was female, and a relatively young one, considering she was only slightly higher than my eye level as I sat down on the floor. She must have felt me calming down and released me from her hold. Riot's my name. Delighted to meet your acquaintance, she introduced. It will be a great pleasure working together, sis. What? There were about 1,000 questions I could have asked then, but I couldn't get a single one out. Something the matter? Cat got your tongue? Oh boy, a talking Aerodactyl with a British accent. I'm dreaming or something, right? Why so startled, sis? Something wrong with my accent? No, I just, 2 minutes till self-destruct, the intercom system announced. Oh no! I gasped, remembering our predicament. Riot! The self-destruct! We've got to get out of here! The self-what? Never mind, just blow a hole in the wall or something. Please tell me you know Hyper Beam or another relatively explosive technique? Riot responded immediately. I had to cover my face to shield myself from the flying pieces of the busted wall. Is that what you had in mind? The Aerodactyl asked. I could see a forest outside. Riot had apparently chosen the correct wall to aim at. I sprang up and climbed onto her back. Go! Fly! Get out of here now! I ordered. Hang on! Hazuki's perspective. Everyone out? Serac asked. Those who were with us, at least, Luminar panted. But how about Night Slice and Firestorm? I hope they were able to make it, Serac muttered, shoving a branch away to look at the building we'd run out from. I'll run around the perimeter and see if I can find them. You guys should be able to wait here, but move further away. You want to be at a safe distance when the fireworks start. Don't worry, I assured her. I'll be back, Serac winked before sprinting off. I glanced from her direction to the base and the area around. Something just felt like it was missing. You okay, kid? Luminar said to me. Huh? Oh, I'm fine. Really. Heads up, guys! Ashura alerted us to the side of the building that had abruptly been blown open. A bird-like shape leapt out and took to the sky. Actually, it was more like a flying reptile with a rider. Whoa! Riot! Easy on the turbulence! The rider yelled. Sorry about that, her Pokemon replied. I've been dead for a few million years, you know. Watch it! Ah! Flying too near to the treetops, the pair had swerved to avoid hitting a branch and had lost control after that. With their respective yells, they plummeted to the ground, stirring up leaves and snapping branches. Ouch, Ashura muttered. That was Serac's friend, wasn't it? Luminar wondered. Yes, I'm sure of it, I said softly as the Pokemon turned towards me. We'd better go get help. Besides, we'd need to move further away from here. The pair nodded and took off first. I was about to follow them when I heard the bushes rustle nearby. I took a step closer and got a fright when I saw a pair of glowing blue eyes staring back at me. Do not fear me, child, a voice spoke into my mind. I mean you no harm. Now more curious than afraid, I pushed through the bushes. I found myself facing a purple feline-like humanoid, some sort of Pokemon I didn't know of. She too turned towards me and our eyes met. For a long while, neither of us spoke. Night Slice's perspective. Whoa! Shit! I swore. Bam! The compressor slammed down inches away from my face. I barely managed to roll away in time. With one of my arms pinned down between the two metal sheets of the conveyor belt, my evasion tactics were strictly limited to left or right, on rolling either onto my chest or back. The metal sheets did absorb most of the shock from the compressor, but that didn't help very much at all. Both trying to avoid being flattened and attempting to slash myself free at the same time was a daunting task, one even my trained reflexes had trouble keeping up with. Damn, can I speed this up? I can't use Hyper Beam at this range. In that one moment of distraction, I mistimed my roll and ended up facing down against the sheet, my claws beneath my chest, right at the instant the machine brought another metal sheet down, pinning the rest of my body down. I screamed more out of panic than pain as the next compressor slammed down on my back, the one after fastening the sheet down. That left me sandwiched between the layers, with only my head being partially free. There was a large bulge in the sheet because of my trapped body. It might actually have been funny if not for the current time crisis. 3 minutes until self-destruct. I cursed furiously under my breath. There was no way I could get out of this in time. Hey, I'm immortal, right? I tried to assure myself. Euphoria said that I would be resurrected even after incineration. I hope she wasn't joking about that part. Now the other thing that could really kill me besides the sacred skills was... That was when I noticed the blade, meant to trim off uneven ends of the metal sheet, and my head was right in its path. Decapitation! If incineration couldn't kill me, how come this could? But assuming she was right, this was actually about to happen. Ah! I roared in panic, unable to turn my head enough to do anything about the deadly blades. Stupid, damn it! Not now, it can't end now! The blade was getting closer and closer to my neck. I closed my eyes. However, I suddenly heard the gears spluttering. The machinery, conveyor belt included, creaked and halted. I heard the twisting of metal and felt several small pieces flying around and hitting my head. I opened my eyes to find a sword stuck in the blades, inches away from my face. My sword. What? I barely even had time to comprehend that my head was still on my shoulders when my body was suddenly free. The sheet pinning me down had been sliced off. I quickly freed my other claw and turned to find my rescuer. Storm? Dracia? I called, finding no one. My eyes caught a flicker of movement in the darkness. It was some reddish shape darting away. A scissor. The scent came to my mind. Allegard. He evolved? He'd saved me, but why? I quickly forgot about all of it as I noticed the figure on the raised platform above me. It was another Scyther, one that seemed so familiar. Chris? I gasped. Somehow the thought just hit me. Chris, the Scyther, just stared back. In those few intense seconds, thousands of things ran through my mind. Everything I wanted to say, I wanted to do, after so long. She too seemed lost for words. Silently, she turned towards the door and closed her eyes. Then she sprinted off. Horrified, I suddenly remembered the dreams I'd constantly been having, and now they were coming true. Chris, no! Please, don't go! I pleaded, running in the direction I'd seen her. An explosion threw me back, and at the same time blocking off the pathway. No! No! 1 minute till self-destruct. Despite my own emotions, the computer's completely impassive voice hit me like a jackhammer on the head. I ran, pausing just long enough to grab the sword between my jaws and pull it free. Dracia's perspective. I became aware of someone screaming my name. Even though my body groaned in protest, I struggled back to consciousness. Dracia! The voice again. I felt heat, something burning on my back. Mirage! Mirage! I sprang up, realizing the Ponyta had used her fire attacks to shove debris off my back. Mirage! I gasped, remembering the dire situation. Where's the keycard? Frantically, I glanced around, ignoring the heat of the small fires of the room. Get out of here now! Mirage shouted in an authoritative voice. But 20 seconds until self-destruct. Oh my god! I cried. Mirage was still tied down, and there was no way I knew to get her off without setting off the C4 strapped to her. Not without the keycard, at least. Just save yourself and go! She yelled. No! I could never! I protested. The fire elemental Ponyta might have had a chance of surviving the flames, but not the bomb. Go, please! Mirage begged. 15 seconds. No! It's got to be in here! I was on all fours, groping around wildly. I was coughing as smoke began to fill the room. It's too late, Dracia! Mirage insisted. Go while you can! Can't give up! I coughed. I'll never forgive myself if I let you... 10 seconds. Dracia, for God's sake, please go! I don't want you to die too! 9 seconds. Mirage, I staggered. Go, damn it! No! 8 seconds. Go or I'll make you! Mirage! 7 seconds. Furiously, she fired off a fire blast, throwing me backwards closer to the door. 6 seconds. Mirage! Goodbye, Dracia, Mirage whispered softly. I'll let you know what heaven's like. With a roar of fury, I ran. I didn't know what made me do that, but somehow I found a window at the side of the adjoining room. 5, 4. I smashed it open and turned back. I could still see Mirage through the open door, but not for much longer. 3, 2. As I finally forced myself to jump, Mirage smiled at me. I couldn't have imagined what had been going through her mind. Her smile, that image. would forever remain in my mind. 1, 0, thank you, and have a nice day. That was the last thing I heard before the explosion drowned out my entire world.